Adam Kownacki knocks out Gerald Washington in the second round. Now, what do we have to say about this fight? Well, Gerald Washington, it looked like he went in there wanting to have a dust-up, wanting to have a tear-up, wanting to fight on the inside, fight in the pocket. But it looked of things, he didn't actually know how to do it. And the commentators on Fox were actually remarking that, Gerald Washington, he has the height and reach, why doesn't he use it? And Lennox Lewis was saying as well, he kind of liked it in his prime when people came at him because he could just use his height and reach to keep him away. Which I would have thought that Gerald Washington would have done against Kownacki, but he didn't. He just wanted to stay in the pocket and trade. But he had no defense. He just seemed to leave himself open to get hit with these shots that were coming in consistently from Kownacki. Now, Adam Kownacki, he's not the biggest puncher in the world. He's, certainly not body beautiful. He's definitely carrying some extra weight there. But you take shots from someone as big as him. Now, he's not the biggest puncher in the world, but you take shots from an Adam Kownacki, it's going to show. And Washington was rocked at the end of the first round. It was a pretty rocky first round, Kownacki was not fighting hard to hit him. Washington was getting a few uppercuts off on the inside, but there was no really telling shots from Washington at all in the first round. He was rocked, I believe, by a right hand towards the end of the round. Into the second round we went, and Kownacki, same thing, piled on the pressure on top of Gerald Washington, put him down. It was, not the heaviest knockdown in the world, but the referee kind of knew that the end was near, that Washington had no defense, he was neglecting defense, and the referee said, a few seconds, see what happens, and if not, I'll stop him. Anyway, fight carried on, referee let it continue, and Kownacki just threw a few shots in. Washington, again, no defense, standing straight, standing square up, and the referee rightly jumped in and stopped it. So Adam Kownacki now, he moves to, I actually forget, I think it's 20-something or maybe 18 or something like that. I forget actually what his record is. I know he has wins over Charles Martin, he has wins over Artur Szpilka. And, if you look at it, he's fought Szpilka and he's fought Washington, two common Deontay Wilder opponents. We took care of Szpilka in 4 rounds, and now he's taking care of Washington in 2 rounds. I will say that Washington, when he fought Wilder, he tried to box with Wilder, which he should have done in this fight, which he chose not to do. And, he obviously paid the price for it. Kownacki, he's alright. I definitely don't see him as being one of the elite. I see him as being a tricky contender. But I think, I think he's hit his peak, if you know what I mean. I don't think he's going to go much further. I think the wins over Charles Martin and this win here may be the most we'll get out of Kownacki. I've never really seen anything majorly special off him. He's friends with Gerald Miller, and he kind of is similar to Miller in a sense that he does come forward a lot, but he's not got the work rate. He's nowhere near as big as Miller. I mean, it's a very hard job to get bigger than Miller. Definitely not as strong. But, yeah, I don't know. I've never really seen Kownacki as really someone who, stands out in the heavyweight division. I see guys coming up like Joe Joyce, guys like, Hurkovic and F.A. Ajagba as, more promising than Kownacki. And, F.A. Ajagba, give it a year, I wouldn't mind seeing him with Kownacki. He's fighting Amir Mansour next, as far as I believe, which, that's an interesting fight. That'd be a good fight for F.A. Ajagba. But Kownacki, it's a nice little win. It's putting names in the seats, and, yeah, nice little name to add on the resume, and it's a nice little kind of yardstick to say, Wilder took 5 rounds with this guy, I took 2. Wilder took 9 rounds with Szpilka and struggled a bit in that fight. Took me 4 rounds, no trouble. So, yeah, those are my thoughts on this, and, leave yours down below, and I'll talk to you after.